HarperCollins presents The Beast and the Bethany, The Final Feast by Jack Meggitt-Phillips. Read by Barnaby Edwards. Chapter 1. The Rusty Tweezer. For as long as she could remember, Bethany had wanted to know her parents. She had wondered what Augustus and Gemma would be like, and whether or not they would like her. And now that she knew the truth, they were a pair of murderous thieves, she wanted to prove she was nothing like either of them. Bethany kept thinking about her parents, and it was distracting her. She was getting cross with people for no reason. She wasn't sleeping well. She hadn't even been able to successfully tell anyone to bog off in a really long time, which meant something was definitely wrong. In her latest attempt to show she was a much better person than Augustus and Jemima, Bethany was planning a surprise 513th birthday party for her friend Ebenezer Tweezer. She had sent invitations out to everyone in the neighborhood. She had got Miss Muddle to prepare a variety of delectable treats in secret at her sweet shop. She had even roped in a few people, including her not-boyfriend Geoffrey, but definitely not including the tap-dancing menace Gloria Cussock, to put on a show. The only thing left was to make sure the birthday boy would actually live to see his special day.
"I don't think I'm going to make it. The end is finally here,"
said Ebenezer in an aged, jangly voice.
"When I'm gone, make sure my 3,017 waistcoats go to a kind home. Pay compliments to my corpse each and every day. Scatter my collection of purple tea leaves in the prettiest lake you can find."
It was 3 days before his birthday, and Ebenezer looked utterly dreadful. He was a wheezing, rattling sack of bones, and a rather baggy, saggy, raggedy sack at that. His head was balding, his eyes were faltering, and his skin was wrinklier than an old prune. It was exactly a year since Bethany and Ebenezer had first met. She wouldn't have dreamed of telling him, but Bethany couldn't even think about what it would be like to live without him. "You're going to get through this, git-face," said Bethany, "just like you do every flippin' birthday." Bethany was helping Ebenezer up the many, many flights of stairs in the 15-story house. On the way, they passed priceless paintings, titillating trinkets, groovy gadgets, and other awe-inspiring objects that made visitors sigh and swoon with envious delight.
"Just a few more floors,"
puffed Bethany as she led Ebenezer around a particularly tricky curve. Their journey wasn't helped by the fact that Ebenezer kept bursting into tears every time he caught sight of his own reflection. They made a detour to Ebenezer's potion cupboard on the 13th floor. Then they continued their journey to the rickety old door at the top of the house. Bethany paused.
"Still gives you the shivers, doesn't it?"
wheezed Ebenezer.
"Nah,"
lied Bethany.
"Nothing shivers me."
She took a deep breath before barging into the dank, cabbage-stinking attic. In many ways, graveyard would have been a better description, given that it was the place where many species had been chomped, guzzled, and slurped into extinction. The room was bare, save for a pair of red velvet curtains at one end and a classroom flip chart on the other, covered with messages like, "No eating people," "No murder plotting," "No vomiting out hammers," and "Poodles and postmen are not appetizers." Bethany left Ebenezer leaning heavily on his cane. She pulled the curtain's golden tassels to reveal the Beast. The Beast was a big grey blob, with 3 black eyes, 2 snaking tongues, and an absolutely filthy temper. It had vomited out a pair of triple-lensed spectacles for itself, and it was in the middle of reading its homework file.
"About time, too. I've been positively starved for company,"
said the Beast.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?